the inspirational leader explains what they're trying to do and why it's difficult. Because I think a lot of managers and leaders don't tell people what they're doing. They think it's secret, or they think it's not worth it, or they don't have enough time, whatever reason. They don't tell their team what they're working on. And so their team start thinking that their leader doesn't do anything. He or she just goes off to meetings every now and then, but they don't really do a lot. And I think if you actually told them what you're trying to do, they'd think, wow, that's really difficult. I'm glad I don't have to do that. I think we sort of vaguely know that what our bosses do must be difficult because we sort of think it's probably quite stressful, and we know that it's well paid, so it must be difficult. But we don't really know what they're doing. And wouldn't it be great if they just said, this is what I'm working on? And I remember once being asked, it was another guy in a factory. I love factory people because they're so direct, and they say what the office people are really thinking. And this guy said to me, why are you paid more than me? All you do is walk around in a suit or whatever. I'm here getting my hands dirty, working shift work. Why are you paid more than me? And I think that's a really good question. And I do sometimes wonder why I get paid more than someone who's doing the real dirty work. What I said to him was, would you do my job for your money? And he said, well, no. And he doesn't know exactly what I do, but he kind of knows it must be difficult. And he said, no, I wouldn't. And, you might say, well, why is the Prime Minister or the President paid so much? The answer is, would you do their job for your money? I think you probably wouldn't. And I certainly wouldn't want to do their jobs. I think that's one answer you could give. And of course, the truth of it is, why are managers paid more? And the answer is because it's a tougher job. It must be more difficult because companies will always employ the cheapest person they can get who can do the job. And they have to pay quite a lot of money to get people to do that job because it's a difficult job. It's hard to get people who'll do it. So I think there's a duty on every leader to communicate what's difficult about their job to their team, because otherwise their team just start thinking, well, he has an easy life and, it's all right for him. So why not, certainly at your team meeting, tell people what you're working on each week, but why not publicize that in a bigger way as well? Why not tell the whole company what your projects are that you're trying to do? Now, I know some of them might have to be secret. They might be confidential things you're doing that are really big, commercially sensitive things. But generally, why not tell them what you're working on? And yes, there's a slight fear of failure there. You might have to confess it was harder than you thought. But I think if you nail your colours to the mast, that's another motivation for you, another reason why you've really got to make sure it happens. So have the guts to declare what you're trying to do and tell people what you're working on.